What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Josh's Hoarder Corner. I have so much to talk about for Furnace Fest. I don't know how I'm going to do it in an organized way. I probably won't be able to. So let me just start off by giving you a little rundown of who I saw, what went on, all of that, and then we'll talk about the merch that I brought home. So my best friend in the world, Mario, and I left on Wednesday. We spent the night in Bowling Green, Kentucky, drove the rest of the way to Birmingham, Alabama, where Furnace Fest was being held at Sloss Furnace. We stopped at Trim Tab. They were having like a VIP check-in, which ended up not happening. That's okay. They did let us check in for our 3-day wristbands, so that was rad. And got to grab some of the Furnace Fest beer, which it's an IPA, but it doesn't taste too IPA. It was delicious. Met a lot of really great people. Finally got to meet Johnny, one of the organizers, and that dude is the nicest guy in the world. Throughout the weekend, like anytime he would drive by on the golf cart, he would stop, he would ask how I was doing, talk about the festival, talk about what was going on, and he was so nice. It was such a great feeling. And a lot of that comes from that Facebook group that I'm in, I'm a moderator in, and just interacting with him there and interacting with the people there. The people that I've met over this past weekend. I'm so bad with names, but it was such an amazing experience to go from knowing these people in a Facebook group to meeting them in real life and seeing what good people they were. Growing up in the area that I was in, there wasn't a music community. So when I hear stories about the hardcore community and stuff like that, it never really resonated, and I never really believed in it. This festival really made that realness of that community come to life for me, and I couldn't be happier with the experience that I had. So, anyways, that night we got to see one of the pre-shows. We went to the Norma Jean one, so it was Norma Jean, Remembering Never, Haste, Across 5 Aprils, Sleeping by the Riverside, and I believe the other band was Wounded Touch. We missed their set, but the show was amazing. Remembering Never was insane. The singer seems like he's a very vocal guy. He had a lot to say. But he bit his tongue. He didn't really go overboard with it. He made it clear that there was plenty that he wanted to say, but that wasn't the place for it. And I respect that, but at the same time, I would have loved to have heard what he had to say. Norma Jean, their set was weird. Like, it just, I don't know, it wasn't really memorable by any stretch. It was the singer and then a bunch of random guys in the band that I don't think I'd ever seen before. And it just felt like a band trying to be Norma Jean. So that's my opinion on it. If you disagree, that's cool. I hope you enjoyed it, but it just didn't do it for me. Got to our hotel. Not a bad hotel. I was scared, but it wasn't that bad. And it was so convenient to get from the hotel to Sloss. It was an easy drive. Took us right into where the parking pass we had was. Checking in for VIP and everything was super smooth. Friday was not a bad day at all. The weather was perfect. Everything was fairly smooth in my experience. There was a lot of complaints about the food lines. Yeah, they sucked. The beverage lines, I saw that they sucked, but I didn't really drink or anything, so it didn't really bother me. I took full advantage of the free water, and I was set. The VIP experience, it took us a while to figure out where everything was, but we also just weren't really looking for it, so I will say, especially for the Plug Your Holes stage, the VIP experience was awesome. It was so cool. Like, being side stage for Turnstile, Knocked Loose, From Autumn to Ashes, Narcissus. No, I watched Narcissus in the Pit. I take that back. Evergreen Terrace I watched up there. Holy Gold. Stuff like that. It was so sick. It was such a cool experience. So on Friday, we saw Reclaim the Empire. Gideon dropped, so I believe it was Across 5 Aprils who took their place. I saw some of them, a little bit of See You Space Cowboy, but around that time I was kind of like exploring and figuring out the lay of the land. If I Die First, I skipped to see Narcissus, which I will show you the first piece of merch up to discuss. Narcissus is from Canton, Ohio, so hometown boys. Super stoked to have seen them. I ran into their guitarist Josh early in the day. He came up to me to talk about the Facebook group, about being there and everything, and I was tired and drained and drew a complete blank on his name, so I felt bad. But what a nice dude. It was so awesome to meet him. From their merch table, I picked up their cassette These were done by Friend Club Records. So just a really cool, like, kind of collector's piece here. So there's Narcissus. And forthwith came out Blood and Water. Stoked to have that. Their set was awesome. It was the first set that I watched fully, and it was a great way to kick off the weekend. Other highlights of the day, obviously, I wanted to catch As Cities Burn, but I got stuck in the line for the Norma Jean vinyl. Waited for about 45 minutes and did not get it because they decided to move the line to another location, and it was a very slow process. That's probably my only complaint of the weekend was that single thing, and that's not even Furnace Fest's fault. So, whatever. Had I been more patient, I could have gotten it, and I'm not patient, so... Had I left to go get the vinyl, I wouldn't have gotten to see Emery. And Emery, as many of you know, is one of my absolute favorite bands, so I had to catch their set, and they were awesome. So, speaking of Emery, I will say the merch grab from Emery, I picked this up from Friend Club Records. It is White Line Fever on cassette, Eve on cassette, You Were Never Alone, and then the reworked live versions of The Week's End and I'm Only a Man. It's pretty cool. Very happy about that. The other great thing was Emery did a Furnace Fest specific shirt, and they used a dad joke that I made on one of the Facebook groups. So I had to get it. Right there we have it. Sweating my walls off. Furnace Fest, Emery. So I had to get it. Elena had told me that it was happening, and I was like, there's no way. That joke's super easy. I'm sure one of them made it, but I did ask in the little Discord with the band if it came from my joke, and they confirmed. So, fanboy moment right there. After Emery, let's see, caught a little bit of Terminal, a little bit of Haste, Terror, then I watched a bit of 18 Visions. From Autumn to Ashes, I caught their set, and I did pick up Too Bad You're Beautiful on vinyl. From Autumn to Ashes, hadn't played a show in a very long time. You would have known. They were amazing. They blew the place up. Opening with the after dinner payback, they came out just full force. It was amazing. I did skip Every Time I Die for From Autumn to Ashes. I'll see Every Time I Die again, many times. But I don't know when I'll see Fada again. And that show was sick. Like, I can't talk highly of it. Like, talk high enough of it. Whatever. After them, I caught some of Zao, and then Under Oath was the headliner. I don't think we stayed for their full set, because it's Under Oath. The next day, we kicked things off with, let's see, Evergreen Terrace was the first band that I watched fully, and they were awesome. I was so stoked about their set. They were great. He Is Legend, let's see if this is the right way. He Is Legend opened up main stage, and they were perfect. They came out swinging, playing the hits right off the back. I could not believe it. So that was another amazing, amazing set for the day. I did pick up the White Bat He Is Legend shirt. So that was a good addition to merch that I didn't need but had to have. Get that folded out of the way. What else did we see that day? He Is Legend. I did not watch Scary Kids. I think I went and ate at that time. Made back in time to see some of Shai Hulud, a little bit of Living Sacrifice. Saw a little bit of May. They weren't that bad. Watched a bit of The Bled. And then I had to book it over to the Heart Support stage to see Touche Amore. I love Touche Amore so much. One of my absolute favorite bands. I'm seeing them again in a couple weeks, so I grabbed this here live at BBC to get something from them, but I did not get any merch directly from them. That came from the Smart Punk booth. Let's see. From then, it was Stretch Armstrong, who was amazing, and I am so proud of those dudes. They brought so much merch, and the line for their merch was non-stop until they sold out. It was amazing. And then I caught Glassjaw. Side stage. Unreal. They were amazing. It was such a good show. Sunday, we kicked things off right. We started with Holy Gold. Holy Gold is an amazing band, super talented dudes, some old members of Norma Jean. They were great. I was really stoked. So I grabbed their vinyl from their merch table, and it was like a combo deal. Get the vinyl, get a shirt. They were sold out of my size in the shirt that I wanted, so I was a little bummed. But I grabbed this one. Just fairly simple, Holy Gold. Check them out. They are destined for some good things, man. I'm really excited for their next album. They were another band that was super active in the Furnace Fest Friends group, so I had to check them out, and they did not disappoint. Be Well after them was amazing. Varials was solid. Fit for a King. Bury Your Dead blew my mind. So good. Unearth. Had to leave Unearth kind of early to check out Showbread. They were awesome, and they were so stoked to be there. It's been really heartwarming to hear their feedback afterwards. Motionless in White, I heard a couple songs, but then a rumor started flying around that Bane was there to play, and I had to get to the right place just in case they were. The right place was the Plug Your Hole stage. Knocked Loose and Andrew WK was supposed to play, but he dropped, so they ended up moving Turnstile up to headline that stage. Side stage for Knocked Loose and Turnstile was phenomenal. Amazing experience. There were some issues during Knocked Loose's set. They had to stop for a little bit. That was weird. But, man, I could not believe how amazing it was. Turnstile put on an epic performance. Bane obviously was not there, but they did make the announcement that they're doing this again next year. There will be a Furnace Fest next year. Cannot wait for it. I'm talking really fast because I don't want to waste your time. Another band that I caught on Sunday was Meadows. They were on the Heart Support stage, so I heard a little bit of their set. Grabbed this awesome shirt from those dudes. Christian, the singer, really nice guy, active in the Facebook group. Got to talk to him for a little bit, so that was fun. And then aside from that, we got our VIP shirt. Got our Furnace Fest shirt. I wanted it in the hoodie, but man, they sold out of the Furnace Fest merch so fast. So it just wasn't happening. But I got the shirt, so I'm happy. It's already covered in dog hair. Furnace Fest was one of the best experiences of my life. I could almost cry talking about it. I met so many amazing people. I got to experience things that I never thought I would experience. 3-day festivals have never been appealing to me, and this was the best situation I've ever been in. Like, I had a fabulous time. Mario made it great. He was a really good... He's one of my best friends. He's such a good person. Ran into an old friend, Ian, of the band Motives. He ended up staying in our hotel with us. He is such a genuine, awesome, good dude. So spending time with him was great. And just everybody we encountered and interacted with. If you went, I would love to hear about your experience in the comments below. I hope we're friends on Facebook. If we're not, look me up, add me. I'm in the Facebook, the official Furnace Fest Facebook group. I'm a mod. You'll see me in there all the time. So don't be a stranger. Thanks for stopping by. I apologize this video is so long. I assume a lot of you won't watch it because it's not horror stuff. But I cannot wait until next year.